Hello, this is James McKnight, and I would like to take a few moments to discuss audio learning resources that I believe have the potential of becoming the new normal if implemented in higher learning, and that is through podcasting. And so when I think about podcasting, I think about the fact that as a working professional who currently takes classes online, that I value the ability to be able to learn on the go. And listening to podcasting is something that would benefit me when it comes to my commute back and forth to work or just in downtimes. And I believe podcasting has the ability to help me to understand content that I may have read the night before, or help me to understand the assignments that I have to complete for that week. And so essentially, understanding content better really inspires me to continue to go deeper in the content that's being reviewed for that week. So essentially, this domino effect is something that I experienced personally in my learning. And so if I felt that way, I wondered, what do other students think? Do they think podcasting and other audio learning tools are supportive to their learning experiences? And if so, what research studies can I review to determine this? So, this is kind of what motivated me to pursue this research topic. And although reading resources are the primary source for learning in higher education, research studies prove that most students prefer using audio learning tools such as podcasting. So, based upon these studies, it can be concluded that there are not enough audio learning resources available to accommodate students who prefer audio resources such as podcasting. So, in this presentation, we will be discussing the advantages as well as the disadvantages of using podcasting and what should be considered when implementing as well as evaluating podcasting. So, one advantage to podcasting is the fact that students have the ability to review recorded lectures. Uh, Britain reported that 90% of students in the University of Michigan who previously attended live lectures downloaded recorded lecture podcasts to review content. And another advantage identified was the fact that podcasting supports study habits. University of New England reported that 68% of their students believe that podcasting assisted their learning. And then 79% of students believe that podcasting lectures were useful to their studies. And then another identified advantage was through the University of Michigan report that students believe that media tools, including podcasting, has positively affected their exam grades. So essentially, the studies have shown that students um, value being able to review lectures as well as to be able to have their study habits to be supported by podcasting. And students also feel that podcasting positively affect their grades, which essentially inspires them to continue to use podcasting. And so it was very interesting to determine that based upon these study results that students have a very similar learning experience of a domino effect that I feel that I experienced as an online learning student. However, it is very important to address the disadvantages of using podcasting, especially when it comes to implementing and knowing that this approach is not necessarily the preferred approach to every student. And so, with that being said, one disadvantage that was identified is that students have the inability to ask questions and take notes. As a result of podcasting, and that was discovered through the University of England survey results. And then also, University of Flensburg interview results reported that 8% of students refused to participate in this study because of they were incapable of being motivated to learn through podcasting. So it can be concluded that faculty and staff to always be aware that there may be a small percentage of students who may not be motivated to learn through podcasting because of their inability to ask questions and take notes. And so, based upon that, the proposed solutions, based upon the identified advantages and the disadvantages, is uh, is to propose that to implement podcasting as well as to evaluate the effectiveness in the implementation of podcasting. And so, podcasting can be implemented through recorded lectures, making it available for students to download, as well as to provide audiobooks and other learning tools such as PowerPoint documents that have audio features. And then Duke University had a very interesting way of implementing podcasting, and that was through their providing of iPods to their first year students and allowing them to download audiobooks and recorded lectures. And so, to evaluate the effectiveness of podcasting and other audio learning resources, it can be measured through conducting surveys, focus groups, and or one-on-one interviews, as well as measuring the frequency of the downloads of the podcasting. And then, additionally, Duke University required their faculty to evaluate podcasting through. Through the implementation process and throughout the course. And so that's another valuable evaluation process is making sure that the faculty are able to evaluate the process on their end. And so, in conclusion, we can conclude that, again, most students do prefer audio learning resources such as podcasting, but faculty and staff should always consider the fact that there is that small percentage of students who may not be motivated to learn through podcasting. And so the studies have shown that podcasting enhances students' learning and contribute to their grades as well as support their study habits. But students have the potential to increase their comprehension level through the support and the motivation of learning through podcasting. And in terms of the implementation and evaluation process of podcasting, it's one thing to that I really noticed in doing this research is that there was a lot of consistency in the way that podcasting was implemented, as well as the way it was evaluated through surveys and focus groups and things of that nature. So, based upon the identified advantages through the university study results, it is strongly recommended to implement podcasting and other audio learning resources in higher learning to accommodate the many students, such as myself, who prefer this approach to learning.